Hi, it's Jez from Nigezza Creates. So this is going to be all about the Rach Bella Crafts retreat. I haven't been on it yet. Oh gosh, craft a lunch. I'm just packing and I just wanted to show you what I'm taking as my swap, which is this little bundle of goodies here. This says, what does it say? Sharing love and, I can't remember. It's French. Yeah, I just found this in my little linen package. I was looking for my linens, and it's a nice little pocket, and I have made this lovely little mini paper bag journal using Rach and Bella Crafts kit, the French letter kit, Belage something. I never remember. Yeah, now there is a whole video series on me making this, which hasn't been released yet, so you will get to see it. No spoilers, you've just seen the cover. So that's for Rach. I thought this was a lovely little pouch to present it in. I've run out of time, so yeah, I couldn't make something, but I think she'll love that, so that's okay. And we had to package up our swaps. Everybody's making one thing, or putting together a nice little package, and we had to package it up. And so it's a lovely pillowcase here. I bought a pair of pillowcases from a charity shop, brand new, really nice cotton here, which would be lovely in a journal, either to line a cover or be the cover itself. Somebody might be clever and be able to sew on it. There are lots of sewers going, not me, I don't do that. And I just tied it up with this lovely bow. It's kind of leaves are the theme. So this is a grapevine, it's got leaves on it, purple grapes. Everybody knows I love a bit of purple. So that's that was the thoughts behind this. I packaged it up. I can package it up again. I just wanted to see what it looked like, ready for the person, and I wanted to show you what I've done. Some of this, there's some handmade things in here, and then there's just craft goodies. So we had a list of what we had to take. So we had to sort of do a little winter goodie. So I've got some Restoring Roots Organic infusion. So this is, oh, what is it? I'm sure it's ginger and something, which is quite warming, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, and then there's lemon and ginger. Oh, that one's ginger. Don't know what's in this one, but you know. And then just some biscuits, because we do like to dunk our biscuits in our tea, don't we? Well, I don't, because I can't stand tea, but you know, I'll dunk it in my coffee. There's a little box. There is a video on me making this little box, and in this little box all sorts of goodies. I've got some washi there with leaves on. This is one of my latest videos, making this little tags, real dry flowers in there. There's some nice textured leaves there. We had to do something with texture, so I've put them in. There's some die cut leaves there. These ones that they were jelly printed, I think. That one was certainly jelly printed and cut out. Some of these were cut out of patterned paper. Oops. There's die cuts. I just went through all my sort of ready die cut things and pulled out what I got. There's some leaf stickers, and then there's a load of stamps. I went through my stamp collection and picked out stamps that had leaves on, so quite a collection of stamps in various ages. There, endless. Some more of them textured leaves. There's some more autumnal leaves there. Some more of those die cut ones. Then I had these brads that are leaves, so a collection of those, and just some bowl pins and paper clips and some leaf charms. I buy like old bracelets and necklaces and things from charity shops, and yeah, so I just went through and picked off the ones that had leaves. So a nice little package there, that if I'm assuming we're putting together some sort of autumny themed goodies, so those should complement an autumny themed goodie, you know, journal there. Oh. Isn't it typical? That closed lovely, and now it's not. It's that washi tape. We need to find a little nestle you down. So there is a video on me making, oh, for flipping heck's sake, Jez, flipping heck's sake. I've been making this box. Then, oh, and then there's a tag. So I jelly printed this. This is an old video. And then I put together these tags. We're going to be doing some jelly printing and all sorts. So I'm looking forward to that. And do you know, this says, it made me laugh when I pulled it out. I thought, what does that say? It says firmly. Now, I think I probably didn't have my glasses on when I put that on and thought it said family, but there you go. There's a little journal here that I made. There is a video of this on. So this is, I know there's some handmade things in that, but this is my main handmade gift. The cover of this journal is a toilet roll holder. And yeah, so there's lots of leafy themed things going on in this journal. Nice little flippy out there, some stenciling there with all sorts. Oh, tag there with leafy backgrounds and other bits of ephemera. I say that you will be able to find, maybe I'll link it. Love that. Yeah, if I remember, I'll link the video showing how I made this lovely journal. I didn't have time to make something, you know, specifically for this sort of swap, so I just thought, just why reinvent the wheel? You have loads of ready-made stuff. I made Rach's journal specifically for Rach, and look, I love this. Woohoo! Yeah. So that is my handmade element. We had to then put in a sort of a motivational good wish sort of thing. So this is a card. I do have a video on making this as well. These are all mixed mediaed leaves that I did. I like that. Be strong, be happy, be you. Thought that was a good motivational thing. And then we got you are wonderful. I will write something in that. I just haven't done it yet. And then I was looking through my stamp sets. I have got a whole pile of Stampin' Up stuff that's going to the charity shop, and so I rescued this because it's sort of leaves, and I just think this is quite good for junk journaling. It has been used, but I don't think anybody will mind. And then I've got an Edith Holden book, because, well, there's loads of leaves in that. And then I'm gonna have to move this now, Jez, aren't you? Because you can't get to my little bit here. This is a big A4 envelope that I put through with an A4 embossing folder. It's not quite leaves, but I thought that will do. I just inked it a little bit. And then in here, all sorts of leaf themed goodies in here. So there's a collection of die cuts. These were all too big for the box, and some tickets I made, and that. I went through my postcard collection and got out some sort of leafy, some of these are like written on the back, sort of leafy themed postcards. I love that. It's not old, that one, but I just liked it. And then I went through my book collection. Let's just put that back there. So I got a couple of envelopes here, so I thought somebody could alter and do something with them. Got some stickers, all leafy. There is a video on me stamping. This is really old antique paper. Might be rag paper, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I actually know what rag paper feels like. Somebody might be able to tell me. So yeah, there's a video on that. Went through my napkin collection and picked out a couple of napkins that had leaves on. And then I went through lots of my botanical books and just pulled out some pages from my botanical books that could be used for making tags and things. Yeah, or just pages in journals. So that is my little gift that I'm giving for the swap. And so what we'll do now is time travel, and I'll be able to show you the swap I got. Hi, it's Jez from Nigezza Creates. I am just back from the Rach and Brother craft retreat that happened at the weekend. It's Monday morning that I am filming this. Well, actually it's 12:20, so technically it's the afternoon, or it's lunchtime, I don't know. So I did sleep for about 10 hours last night. I was very tired, but it was very lovely. And we always do some sort of swap. Every retreat it's been a different swap, and at this retreat we had to make a bundle of sort of autumn goodies. So we had a brief of kind of things to include, and everybody sort of interpreted that in their own style. And yeah, and this is what I received. So we all had to put it in a bag, a box or something. I wrapped mine in a pillowcase, but you know. So I did have handmade box in it, but I didn't make a big one. Anyway, so this is lovely, and this was an idea that I was going to do, which was to decorate one of these lovely sandwich bags, which is, you know, would have been lovely, but I didn't actually have time. But this, how beautiful is this? Once what we did was we put all our swaps down, and then Rach put a raffle ticket on each of them, and then we got to pull a raffle ticket out to denote which one we were getting. And so this is one I got. This was made by the lovely Denise, and yeah, very autumnal. And as Phyllis has just pointed out, this fits the brief for the next swap, for the next retreat, which is yeah, which is very cool, which is very correct. So yeah, so I love this. I love autumn colours. Autumn is my favourite season. So yeah, so this was lovely. So let's have a little look at what is inside this bag of goodie. Well, we had to put a little treat, and so I got this lovely lint teddy bear. So I will enjoy that at some point. I did say to Rach, I said I was just part way through the weekend. I looked up and I saw this, and it was just set next to a picture I had of Ed, because it was our anniversary. So I had a sort of an anniversary card made up of our sort of wedding photo, and I just looked up and I saw this, and I went, oh, I'll give that to Ed when I get home, because he'll love this, because you just momentarily forget all the time that they're not there. But yeah, so I'm going to put that so I can see it. So yeah, so I pulled out, so this was the first thing that I pulled out. Look at that beautiful stitched cover. It's just lush, absolutely gorgeous. More patience than I've got. I don't do stitching, slow stitching. I mean, there's a bit of machine on there as well, but this is just gorgeous. And I sort of opened it up, and what was inside was detachable, which is fab, because I could use this as a cover for something. And I've got loads and loads of autumn stuff now from the retreat, so I might make myself a little journal to remember, because it was really special for me, with it being our first anniversary of when we had a civil partnership. We didn't get married. I didn't want to get married, never wanted a wedding, but we had a civil partnership, and it was beautiful. And so it was our first anniversary, and obviously Ed wasn't here, but we knew he wasn't going to be here, but didn't make it any easier. And so I needed to do something, so going on this retreat was the best thing that I could have done. So this was what was inside. I love this because it is proper junk. So this wonderful folder is made up of things from magazines, from books, a few digitals. I just love it. I love Kristen Scott Thomas. I love For Weddings and Funerals. She was fabulous in that. And then, yeah, we open up to a nice little folio stuffed full of wonderful goodies. And so if I'm going to put a journal together, and I'll use bits from these swaps. So we've got two lovely tags. How beautiful is she? So, and I might write some reflections because, you know, there was so many lovely moments in the weekend. I love that. And so, yeah, lots of space for me to sort of record things. And then there's lots of little tags and things that I can use. I might print off some photos to put. Journal for your heart. I journal now every day. So yeah, I'm finding it very, very mindful and useful to do. These leaves are just absolutely gorgeous. I love them. I love the colours. I love the colours of autumn. And we went, a couple of us went out for little walks. The grounds of the venue in Malvern was just beautiful, and saw all these colours on my little walks. The grounds of the college were just amazing. So they'll be super duper. And yeah, lots of little things here. Some nice little wax seals, beautiful colours for autumn. Some nice little tags and things, and some little sayings. Living simply is about discovering what makes you happy. That's lovely. And this weekend certainly made me happy. Beauty on every page. That's wonderful. And with using these things, I can't help to put beauty on every page. So that's lovely. And then there's a little pocket up here with a couple of little bits in. Your dream was planted in your heart for a season. Oh, for a reason. Oh, I need my glasses. So that's fab. I'm not going to pop everything back in the pockets. I'm just going to close it up. So lovely little bit of lace. I've got lots of sort of fabrics and lace. They were sort of part of in the brief. So lots of lovely different colours. That's gorgeous, isn't it? So yeah, lots of lovely bits and bobs to include in projects. And then there's just oodles. Let me just empty it. It goes on forever. So this was, I think this was wrapped around something, but I can't remember now. So some lovely little dangles there, a leaf, 2 leaves, and then this says handmade, which is gorgeous. Nice little package there of different bits and bobs. This is lush. How lush is that? Just love it. Nice little leaf there. And then other bits and bobs in here that will make lovely little clusters and things. And there's buttons there. I did ask about this. There's a leaf as well, done like this. There it is. And they've been dipped in, and I think Marie was telling me that you use nail varnish and you dip it. So I'm going to have a little whirl at that. I really am. This was the tag that was tied around the handle. Imperfection is a form of freedom. So loved that. And then there was these beautiful little charm things. I'll work out how to open the box at some point. But yeah, love these. Really nice. And then a bunch of little map things to make some lovely clusters. So let's have a little, just take a couple out so we can have a little look. Yeah, I thought they were maybe on vellum or something. So, and they're shiny on that side, so I'm wondering if they're actually stickers, which I assume they will be. I won't be able to do it, Jez, will you? On the way home, me and Donna stopped at Inner Services to get a drink, and we I had a Mackie D milkshake, and so they've got like Monopoly cards on it now, because that's what people are collecting. And yeah, I managed to completely, there, 'tis a sticker, marvellous, love it. I'll use them, I love maps, so that's perfect. Yeah, and I managed to pull it off, and it didn't peel off. It, like, the whole thing just came off with the remainder of the cup. And yeah, it took us forever to try and open it. These leaves are just stunning. Really like them. A little lovely little bag there that's been, I don't know if that's been stamped or if it had that printed on it, but this bag will get used because it's gorgeous. And some lovely frames there. My son loves a toadstool. I might make him something with that. Oh, and we saw in one of the walks a toadstool that looked just like that. It was amazing. So yeah, love it. Oh, I've got quite a few. Oh, I might do something like that for James's birthday card. It's his birthday next month. So yeah, I haven't showed him the photo actually. He'll be well chuffed. So that is lovely as well. These will make nice, I don't know, pockets or something in the journal. So that'll be lovely. And then we've got some lovely starry skies. We saw some lovely skies when we were there. The sunset on the Friday night was just utterly amazing. A nice little bit of 1952 from Country Life magazine. So lots of lovely adverts. I love old adverts. Love them. So they'll get used. I need to do oh, how cozy. Cozying up on the on an armchair. That reminds me, me and my boys, we have a little cuddle armchair. Actually, it was Ed used to sit with our foster boys and read them stories because it was big enough for them to sit on there with him. So that's a nice little thought. And this is lovely. Do love a napkin. I haven't got this napkin, so that's grand. And then some lovely leaves, because leaves was like our theme. So that was my swap. And now I'll get the things that I did 2 workshops, and the things that I made and got in those workshops. So for each workshop that I attended, we had a little folder like this in each of our place. So it's full of lots of goodies that we could use in the workshop, and anything we didn't was ours to sort of take away. So I even, you know, it had me on the folder really that was there. So lots of different papers. So we did some jelly printing, and so there was lots of different papers that we could use within our jelly plating. I just loved that. So nice bit of old music. So some vellum, some vintage accounts book. So lots and lots of different papers to get different effects on the jelly print. And then I'll show you what I did. Oh, that was my stencil that I took, so that needs to be put away. So we did lots of different jelly printing and trying out different textures and things to make marks. I used these doilies, these were in the pack, to make marks, and actually I'm now left with all of this that I can use in things. This was a bit of rollering, yeah, this was sort of like rollering off and things, so that was quite cool. I really liked the effect of this. This was another cool one. I think what I did there was I used it as rolling off, and then I think I did a pull with it as well. This one, the paper kind of ripped on my gel plate, but I still like it. It'll still get used. This was my favourite, I think. My favourite sheet. I absolutely loved the effect of all the colours and that I did on this. So I really like it. Now I've got a bit of a doily there, but I think I might scan this section because there's nothing on that's copyrighted. Doily patterns, I'm not sure, but I don't like to mess with copyright, but I really like the effect of that. So that's going to be beautiful in a journal. And if I'm using that fabric cover as a cover, then I can cut this down and it'll be a good size. I need to tea dye the back or something. And that was my first pull that I did. So yeah, had so much fun, and we were sharing lots of skills within the workshop. It wasn't just sort of Rach imparting her knowledge, it was all of us, because we all had different experiences of using jelly plates, so we learnt a lot from each other. And I think a couple of the ladies, the biggest thing they'd taken away from this, the fact that with jelly print you need patience. And I did sometimes burst into song. We'd take that. I just love that. That's just stunning. I might even frame it, you know. I might put that in a frame. It is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So, yeah, that was that. And it's inspiring me. Making me inspired to get out my jelly plate and have a big play. So I think there might be a video coming out very soon with me getting all messy in my jelly plate. So then this was textures and layers. I'm going to put what I made underneath. Oh, the little sneak peek there in my Monet journal. I asked for some feedback on that, so I've got to finish that off. So we used texture paste. Now it's supposed to watercolour over the top of that. We never got round to the watercolouring bit, and I'm not sure that you can see what's on there. Maybe if I do that you can. So I did some texture paste through, you can see this one a better, through some stencils onto the page, and I'm going to watercolour and make some background sheets on this. So I might do that on camera so we can see what it looks like, but it is making me, I say, want to get messy. So yeah, it was quite dry when I piled them up. There was some colour left on the stencils because we'd used them for the jelly plate printing, and I really liked the way they came out. This was actually a texture paste that colour was added to, so I really like that. And then this was me putting the texture paste on a jelly print that I did, so the background was already there, so I don't need to do anything on that. I really like the way that is. So this was our sort of pack of things that we could, you know, use on our makes to sort of add sort of texture. So, you know, Rach just laid out a load of stuff on the table that we could grab, and then there was also things in our pack for making. These things were lovely to use, and I did use them, and you can see where I've ripped there and used lots of beautiful music paper vellum, music paper again, some nice different pages, some fussy cuts. So this was from an autumn kit that Rach had made. I think this might be available now. Some beautiful pages. I love these sort of flowers and things, and some lovely background sheets. Gorgeous paper. This is lush, very lush. And then I had a make, and I got completely lost in both these workshops and these activities. I got completely lost in just creating, and and I forgot, in that moment I just felt the joy of creating, and it was the best thing that I could do for given the milestone and the first that I was going through. So yeah, I chose right with what I want you to do. Now I'm gonna do a video on how I made these, but I just love it. So we've got some real leaves sandwiched in here, and I did some dry embossing and that on it, so that's going to be a nice little pocket or something. And then I liked it so much I had another go, and I used some of that in there as some of that textured sort of fabric stuff. So yeah, that was really nice. And then I've used an envelope to make 2 pockets. They're not finished off. I wanted to add some words, and I didn't quite have the words that I was looking for. Yeah, I thought they'd wait till I get home so I can add the words that I want to add to that. But I really like that. And then I loved this giant playing card, and we had a little Tim Holtz people there, and what do they call them? Mine's gone blank. And I sometimes put butterflies behind the figures to make wings. We put leaves behind, and I really like that. I did dry emboss this bit of tissue, but it didn't really come out that well, so then I just stamped on it to add a bit of layer and texture to it. So yeah, that was what I made. So yeah, absolutely had a ball, laughed, cried, friendships, new ones made, old ones made deeper. I felt really cared for. They really looked after me. I took some bottles of bubbly so that we could toast Ed and me, and everybody was just lovely. And and I got a little present. I need to just grab that as well, something really special. So just hang on a sec. Yeah, so I got this lovely present. So my friend Christine, she said, "Oh, I've got you a little something." She said, "I saw it and I just knew that would be a lovely anniversary present, and something for you to sort of remember it." So it's a vintage silver brooch, and it's got 2 feathers, because she knows I collect feathers, and so there's 2. There's one for me and one for Ed. So I said, "Oh, this will go with my lovely little," I've got a sort of a memory corner, sort of a shrine sort of thing, to Ed in my lounge. So I'm going to put it there. And how lovely that it was a purple bag. She had to put it in a purple bag because that is my favourite colour. And she lives in Somerset, so she does live in Somerset, and and I'm from Somerset, so it's really lovely. And it kind of, I was telling you about my nails, so I had these done before I went, and there's a white feather on each hand, and then the others, it's that konkuchi, I can't remember how to pronounce it now, the Japanese art of when you get something broken and then you put it together with these gold, you glue it with gold things to turn a broken thing, and you put it back together and make it more beautiful. And it's just like, a bit like the way I'm feeling. My heart is very broken, but I'm trying to sort of put it together, and using this gold to put it together, it's kind of a mixture of old memories and forming new ones. And so this weekend I took a memory and made a new one, so that I can look back on our anniversary, and now I've got something else to put on that date, that I had such a wonderful supportive weekend with friends, and doing something mindful. So let me show you the things I made. As I was finding that, I was like, oh, let me show you what I made. Some of you may remember my Alice journal. I've been making it for years. Years and years and years. I took it to the very first Rach and Bella Craft retreat, and I haven't worked on it since, basically. At that first retreat, I kind of went through and placed things throughout the journal where I kind of thought I'd want them to be, and then since then I've bought more things. Yeah, I actually glued things down. I went, hey everybody, I've actually put glue in my journal, and it was like everybody cheered. So I kind of glued in this pocket. I put that there for now, not quite sure if you're going to stay there. So I have done a couple of pages. So here I glued that in place. This I've previously made. There is a video on this. I thought that would go there quite nicely. I've got this envelope, so I decorated it, and I just shoved in. So I did buy a pack. Oh no, I didn't shove anything in. Yeah, you have shoved something in there. I bought some Stamperia paper that was in the sale, so I just fussy cut out the cutouts from that to go in. So I didn't have any oh, I've decorated that to go in there. I didn't have any clips, what do we call them, paper clips, with me. So this is something that I made, well, it was on a trip and a holiday that me and Ed had together. So that kind of reminds me, I remember making that, you know, way before he was poorly. Yeah, and yeah, and I just shoved as an altered card, Queen of Hearts. There's the Queen of Hearts, put them together in this little pocket. Yeah, that's a little journaling spot. And then I added this pocket here with a bit of lace. Thought it went really well with the avocado dyed. I have previously decorated this. That wasn't today. And then I used this one as a little flip. So it flips up there for some journaling. I've placed this in there. I'm thinking I'm going to stick that down and put that on it so it's like a little tuck, but I haven't fully decided. That was about as much as I did, isn't it? Yeah, some other little thoughts formulated, but yeah, so there'll be a bit more of this coming soon. Did I do something? Oh yeah, I added that on this page. Oh yeah, I added that pocket there, committed that there, and I stuck that in there as well. So yeah, that is, I'll put that in there. Did I fill you with anything? No. So thoughts with that. I did do some other things. I'm sure I fussy cut something. I cut all these out. I did do something else. I remember fussy cutting some teacups. Oh, where's that? Flip floppy flu. Where are you? Oh, I must have dreamt it. I didn't. There we are. So there was this page with teacups, and I had this, so I just stuck it on there. Put this bit of a file folder on there to make a pocket. Yeah. So that is what I did. So that was most of Saturday. You know, as well as the workshops. I did this. Well, there was Friday. There was, because we were there all day Friday. Arrived about 11. So yeah, this was Friday and Saturday in between doing the workshops. And in the workshops, that was about 4 or 5 hours worth there. And then on Sunday morning, so we finished about 2ish, 2:30, something like that. And then we had a nice Sunday roast, a nice cooked breakfast. And so I was very tired on Sunday because I had been up till 5 o'clock in the morning, just chatting as you do. And so I made a master board and then I was like channeling my inner Steph from Hilltop View Journals, who unfortunately didn't make it. And so I made a masterboard, and then I turned it into this. I was going to be an accordion, and then I decided to stick it down together. Yeah, so I've made this little journal. So I need to put a something on the front. It needs tags, but I thought I might, and I might put some pockets in. But yeah, I really liked doing this, so I might show you how I did this. It's quite simple, really. And yeah, so it was just, I took a very limited scrap bag with me, so it was just what I had. Yeah, I really liked how it turned out. So I might use some, I've got loads and loads of ready-made ephemera that I've made for different projects. So I might use some of those things in these pockets. So it's, you know, all very eclectic and random and just things that I've made, you know, to put in there. But I really enjoyed that. Sent a photo of it to Steph and went, I got more crafting done in this retreat than I have in all of the others put together. And she laughed and she went, that's because your evil twin wasn't with you, meaning her. So it's funny. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I did. So yeah, really looking forward to the next one in March. And yeah, and I had a wonderful weekend. And yeah, it was just what I needed to do. It was absolutely the right thing for me on this big anniversary that I did. So yeah, thanks Rach, had a fab time. Decent photos as usual coming up now, showing you everybody was there. And yeah, if you ever feel like you want a wonderful weekend with like-minded people, then I do recommend the Rach Bella Crafts retreat. It was wonderful. Okay, bye for now.